you are looking at live video here. The president in one of those helicopters that is about to take off out of Mountain View in Santa Cruz County, where the president is expected to tour communities damaged by the recent storms and learn what additional federal help might be needed. And the president's itinerary includes, as Zach mentioned, visits to hardest hit Capitola Village and Seacliff State Beach. They're both treasured Santa Cruz County destinations, devastated in the recent surf, and that was storms. That was all because of high surf, high winds, rain, and just devastated these beautiful beach towns. The president is accompanied by Governor Gavin Newsom, along with some other local officials, and he is going to be touring these towns to assess, once again, what additional federal support is needed. And he also plans to meet with business owners and residents in Capitola, then visit with first responders, state and local officials at Seacliff State Beach. So the president has already spoken about, the devastation in California, even mentioning it when the Warriors, the basketball team, was at the White House visiting. He addressed the issues that are happening here in California, saying our heart is with all families, all the communities who are hurting, and all the brave and heroic first responders. The president, once again, is going to be surveying via the helicopters there that you can see. So he'll get a good view from high above of the damage, but also from the ground. He's going to be landing and talking to the people on the ground. As I mentioned, business owners, residents in the communities, and first responders. So there are several counties that have been made available to these federal funds in the area. The president, he made those funds available, but again, there may be more that we will see come after this visit from the president. And FEMA has been on hand. They are providing support along with other local organizations and national organizations like the Red Cross. The Red Cross, of course, had to assist many of these people who live here. Some of them left homeless, as you heard Zach Fuentes mention. Some homes red flag, meaning you can't go back to your house. It is so severely damaged in one way or another from the storms that you cannot live in your home. So again, the president will probably meet with some of the residents who have had to deal with that. So we are going to continue to cover this for you as the president gets ready to lift off in one of those helicopters and view from high above some of the damage that we've seen over the last couple of weeks, and all the coverage that we've brought you here on ABC7 with all the storms. I believe 9 atmospheric rivers hitting our area in just a short time. So once again, a lot of this has to do with funding. A lot of these families who are impacted and businesses, the insurance may not cover such things as flooding, landslides, mudslides. So when the president makes that federal funding available to affected individuals in these counties, some of them Merced, Sacramento, Santa Cruz, that means that they can get grants for temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses, because some of these natural disasters, unfortunately, are not covered by insurance, and there are other programs to help individuals and business owners to recover from the effects of the disaster. Now, federal funding is also available to state, tribal, and eligible local governments and certain private nonprofit organizations on a cost-sharing basis for emergency work in counties of Merced. But as you can see here, the president lifting off in one of those 2 front helicopters that you see there, and getting ready to fly high above the areas that we mentioned to take a look at some of the damage by those recent storms. We will continue to cover this throughout the day. The president has a pretty long itinerary here in this area. He's going to be here up until about 4 p.m. When he departs Santa Cruz County. And we're going to break into our 24/7 stream as we get updates from his visit. And of course, you can tune in to our live news at 3, 4, 5, and 6 to complete the wrap up of the president's visit. We have crews that are going to be there alongside the president, Governor Gavin Newsom, and other officials who are surveying that damage to those communities, as I mentioned today. Once again, you can always watch us live on our website, abc7news.com, but you can watch us on our app and on any of the streaming services. Just make sure you search ABC7 Bay Area, and we'll be live with more coverage. Once again, 3, 4, 5, and 6 this evening on ABC7 News. Thank you for watching. For right now, we are going to take you back to regular programming.